Hi folks, welcome to today's color process video. Okay, with today's comic, I originally intended on something a bit more detailed color-wise than what you see in the final result. Um, Originally what I was going to do was render everything using the textured paint brushes I tend to use for a lot of my pieces. However, time, it really came down to time, is why I decided to go a different route, using mostly gradients to render, to at least get across the illusion of depth and shape to the various different objects. And I think overall it still ended up looking quite nice, especially since with this comic I was very much trying to capture the feel of a Mobius, Jean Giraud. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Giraud. Anyways, yeah, but like I was trying to capture the look and feel of a Mobius comic. And if you look at his later work, where he started using much simpler shapes and a drawing style. When I say simpler, I mean relatively simpler compared to his older work, and a lot of it always took part on these weird alien kind of desert landscapes. And I've noticed of late I seem to be quite fond of using these strange desert landscapes in my own comics, whether that is me riffing or unintentionally riffing, I should say, on Mobius's work. Who's to say? But in this case, it's definitely intentional. And if you look at that work, that later work of Mobius, the color style was also simpler, where a lot of it was rendered with gradients. And I find I find gradients, they can be a bit of a mixed bag. You have to be very careful in how you use them, because if you don't use them well, I find that you run the risk of a comic looking too fake, or too much like it's being done on a computer. And that's not to say that it's being done on a computer is necessarily bad, but there are certain telltale signs that something has been done on a computer, and using lots of gradients and filters and things can certainly clue uh, a reader into that. So I was a bit reluctant at first to stick with gradients for this comic, but as I kept working on it, I was kind of, you know, I was fairly surprised at how okay it looked. I still think if I could have spent more time on it, I would have liked to have gone with a more detailed kind of color style, especially the clouds. Like, I think the sky and the sand and everything looks fine with the gradient, but I think the clouds are the most telltale kind of this was done on a computer element in the comic. And if I had spent a bit more time working on it, I think I could have, well, not I think, I would have pulled them off better. But overall, I'm still happy with how it turned out. Um, but it could have been better. It definitely could have been better. So yeah, I'll leave it at that. Thank you very much for watching, and I will talk to you at the next video. Take care.